starting from the leftmost cab, we have K-Boy, then Red Viper. After that, we have Matt Miller and Paranoia Boy.
We got the boys round again.
So this is an absolutely ridiculous pile of US pump accomplishments all in one frame here, and it is pretty crazy. I first off have to mention that looking down at the top, of course, Matt's shaved his entire head, so you don't notice whether he's got a bald spot or not, and Red Viper has been lucky enough that none of his hair has gone out. His hair looks fantastic, and he's not that much younger than me. Just his hair lasted longer than mine did.
Maybe he's trying to test out.
Little sad about it. But a couple of different people took pictures of us all the way across here while the two of us were having, or rather the four of us were having our setups here. And I'd just like to point out that between the four of us we have 6 USPF Speed Championships and 2 USPF Freestyle Championships. Red Viper, of course, has one of each. I have 4 in Speed. Matt Miller has 1 in Speed, and Paranoia Boy has a Freestyle title. All 4 of the players on this screen have represented the US at World Pump Fest.
This is not a 16.
Now it makes sense.
I went with everybody except Matt Miller. So again, just
Probably
watching.
the funnest way to test out a pad.
Well, some people don't really need warm-up.
Watching a speed championship 17 years later with these types of people here is
Those
incredible.
people are truly enlightened.
Yeah, Viper wanted to pick something a little bit harder, so I just didn't really feel the need to stand up and play an S20, so I'm warming up on an S17. Again, I just kind of do whatever he wanted to do. I don't care what it is as long as we're doing single. The commentators are, of course, losing their minds at Miller being very strange and just warming up on random step, but
So it won't be the
I actually used to like doing that when I played a lot.
Just get moved around and it's done randomly. So you don't really know what you'll get.
I can't identify whatever song we're playing, but it's some kind of K-pop thing.
Nice drill on Paranoia, boys.
Unfortunately, the audio is completely on the other cab, so you have no idea what's going on my side.
Yes, he did have,
I know I picked up some greats, but whatever.
some people do it for fun. Some people use it for training to see if they're able to like shuffle around, get better at a.
Some chairs are actually easier on random step.
Are they?
Like, what do you really want? The S19 may be easier on random step. I know some people had better luck
Hooray,
with
I got
S21
some greats.
on random step than trying to foot switch it.
Yeah, I know there's a few people that like to
I've never really thought about trying to use
random,
stuff on some charts. I think the most
you know,
I've
some of
done
the
is
jack
maybe
charts,
Mirror.
just to
Mr.
avoid
Larkins
having to do the
is funny. I
jacks.
feel it's a bit more comfortable for me on Mirror. But I think that's the furthest I've gone with chart manipulation.
Well, on Mirror, you know what result you will get. On random step, you never know.
I don't remember when I do it. At some point, I will change my JT option, mostly in response to how I felt about the left cab.
I guess they were not playing in premium.
But I haven't done it yet. I remember doing it, I just don't remember when I did it. So we'll see as I watch this back. I did fiddle with my options a fair amount. Oh, right. So I did go ahead and practice most of the new Phoenix charts that appeared in the possible lists, except this one was hidden behind premium only.
That's everyone's favorite time, Kukutsu time.
There we go. Now I'm changing my judge timing. I just, like I said, that was mostly in response to this cab not making me super happy, and so I just leave it on this for most of the rest of the tournament.
Everyone should be able to turn
Kugutsu
all
was
those changes on.
locked behind premium, and so I didn't really feel like practicing it properly. So this was actually my first attempt at the chart. I'd looked at it on YouTube before, like I knew the idea of what was going to happen, but I didn't have an actual score on my card.
We have some very
And of course, not surprising that the people that play quite a bit have very good scores on it. Again, I'm fairly sure
Not sure I don't think they use a personal card. Or
that Red Viper has played it before, but maybe not on officials. He might have only played it on sim games.
But I'm pretty sure they played it.
Well, jboy doesn't really have consistent access to Phoenix, so he may have not tried this chart.
Or at least some sort of chart knowledge.
I definitely hadn't done it on foot. Haru is correct.
Online. Everyone's been playing pretty strong, so I'm just going to assume they've known it before.
So we just got a notification from the organizers team that after this round they will be letting players who suffered from hold drops to replay your mind.
Yay. Okay. That's good.
There was some
I
drama
guess we can also
regarding
watch
that
Matt
decision,
see how
and I think
he
it
does
caused
that
a
song.
little bit of
I almost think
confusion
Matt
about what
that
happened
outfit
to
concerns
a
were
specific
raised.
player as a
I
result
have
of that
faith
thing they're
in
talking
Matt
about
Miller.
there. But
And you should too look at this combo. Also on jboy's and Red Viper's side.
long term, I think it
Paranoid
kept
going
people
not
from
far
having to do
behind. I
something
believe
that was
he might
going to be
have done
dangerous.
points or one
Yeah,
good.
it was probably just one break.
Yeah.
But nothing is decided yet. They all doing really, really good here.
Someone's bracket.
Getting into the drill.
I can't really hear what this is going
That's
to.
very clean for everyone. Just couple small drops. For
These
Paranoid
12th
Boy.
notes sound so weird to me.
J-Boy still going? J-Boy don't drop? Yes!
Wow.
Of course I'm not gonna drop, I'm a professional.
Yes!
The crowd is hype.
I'm a professional. Of course I've got it. What are you worried about? Also managed to not
Very
win the
nice.
song because I got a
K-Boy with
billion
991.
grades.
But Matt Miller got higher score at 994, only 5 grades too.
I'm still
That's an
playing the old
unbeat.
game. I'm still playing under classic scoring,
those are
right?
near
Give me
the
the
end,
grades
too.
as long as I just keep the combo going.
Red Viper, Paranoid Boy.
That
not
is
far
not the
behind,
game we're playing anymore.
9 and 95.
Again, the four of us are generally considered that we should not be in any danger to fail to make it out of the
Now,
pool.
this is I call really
It's top 8
impressive.
combined scores on the two songs,
Very clean stat.
and we should be the 4 strongest people, but you know, you still have to go through the motions of it, and again, it's important to get a good score because we want to keep seeding going into the future.
Come on, chat, let's root for your heroes. Let's get loud.
This is actually a
Yeah, these are
really bad
definitely
chart
all
for me.
noticeable
I've never
faces
really
recognizable.
felt confident about this. I've always kind of
They all
panicked a
have
little
been
bit.
Champions and representatives.
It
not
is
once
much
and not
more
twice.
something like Matt Miller's style of chart.
All amazing players with long and impressive history.
I'm surprised to see that score on Paranoia Boy's side, but I think that's probably he went through and played it once and then didn't bother to do it again.
All
So
of
whatever he
them
got on
were
his first try is
WPF
probably what he has
representatives
there.
At some year in some category.
I wish I could have been able to go to one.
Well, WPF is more like a show, so if you
Is
go
she
there,
too
you'll
recent?
go to see
It sounds like it
people.
is DomiGame.
Yeah.
Because as a
I
company
suspect she might be too recent. She might not have been around in 16 when the last one
either have
happened.
to be really versatile, or you don't have to care at all. Just go see people and have fun.
Yeah, it's a community event. It's nice to have these things.
Nice. Matt Miller is ready for that hold.
He knew. He was like, no misses on my end.
Well, he was confident when he took that path.
This is absolutely a chart that I have always struggled on. Especially when I forget to jump those. And then I overreact and went really early on the second set.
For the full switches.
As a matter of fact, I'm going early a lot. I talked to a few people after this that really got very confused at what you can do with your feet to try and hold some of those freezes. And it really shows me that
Paranoia Boy was doing some small dance on the center hold.
really shows me that people do not really understand the freezes
Yeah,
even
most
at the
of
top level.
The players, they have fun with it.
Ah,
They're here to have
sloppy.
fun.
I have trouble making these really clean, so what I tend to do is just jump and then hit the other 2 steps as a jump and just take it great. That's actually not very good for Phoenix scoring, but it is the way that I'm used to doing the chart, and since I figured I was never going to get knocked out anyway, I just continued to do that.
Perfects on every side, pretty much.
Peak performance from everyone. Just looking at all of everyone's footwork. Sort of like, I can't even read what the chart's doing, but they're just flowing with it so effortlessly. Okay.
Yeah,
Almost
absolutely not my strong
pressing
point.
hold My mind's
I've managed to
without the
survive,
layers.
but I do the worst out of everybody
Wow.
here.
995 from
Oh, I
Matt
apologize. I
Miller,
did actually
992
beat
from
Red
Paranoia
Viper,
Boy,
but not by much.
982 from J-Boy, and 980 from Red
Yeah, and we see
Viper.
much better scores on the other side. They are much more normal.
Yeah, Matt Miller got the best score on the pad. Other people were having some trouble with. This was impressive.
Yeah.
Yep. So, not my strongest suit, but certainly enough to stay alive. And that is the way that I used to go through tournaments, was just sort of stick around through those
Okay, so
beginning
now
chart
two
areas,
people gonna replay
stay
Go
in the
Live
game
on a
long
different
enough to play
machine.
some double,
with
and then
that,
by the time
this
I
pool will
live
be
to play some
complete.
double, then you have to deal with me at full power. And that
If you're joining recently,
is
unfortunately, I
a
think there might have been
consistent
some
way to
pad
get
issues
through.
on, the right
As
tab
such, I
on the
definitely
left
put a
hand
lot
side,
less
the one
time
that's
into
opened
my
up right
double
now.
as a whole. Yeah, those scores are fine. Again, not my strongest performance, but I promise you the good stuff is coming. And we got to get through those early rounds. You got to stay alive long enough to get to play the rest of the tournament. One more set of waves, and then we're going to get into top 16. I'll catch you the rest of the week for more of this. Thanks for watching.